Share the video to all platforms. Whichever platform you are, share it. It's time for us to air our opinion and share our views. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for connecting. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you, thank you. We must continue. Just like our Supreme Leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU have always said, we will continue. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. We must continue to set the record straight. We set the record straight and say it just the way it is. We will not allow them to change the narrative. Hillary Maduike, welcome Hillary. Thank you for joining, Hillary. No going back. Yeah, that's his spirit. That is the spirit. No going back. That is the spirit. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. No going back. Even if somebody is going to go back, not now that we are getting to the end of the road. Our victory is very close. How can anybody think of going back? I'm very well, thank you. Sezi. Natty Cash Flow. Good evening. Good evening from here. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. We can go back. There's no way we can go back. Not now. Not now. Now that we have everything in place. Everything you can think of. What we are fighting for is very close to our palm. So how can anybody think of chicken out? We can't go out. We will fight and fight until the last man standing. That was the message our Sunday led for us. MAZI NNAMDI KANU said, we will fight until the last man standing. If it is only one or two people that survive, the name of Biafra will continue. And they will have a peaceful and sane nation. That is all we ask. We want a nation where you will have sane people, people who are mentally strong. That is the nation we are looking for. We are not looking for a nation where we will be subjugated and made slave. We are born free. Every Biafran is born free. And no man born of a woman can enslave us. Ugonna Henrietta, thank you for joining, Ugonna. Thank you. It's a very great challenge, but we must continue and we will win the battle. No matter the strategy they come with, no matter the level they are coming with, we are coming up front stronger. And today we have to discuss about the way forward. Now that their selection is over. Their selection is over. What next? That is a question. The selection is over. What next? You that call yourself a Biafran, now that they have finished their selection, what next? What do you think is the next strategy? What is the next thing for you to do? Ask yourself, what next? They have succeeded in acting their drama. After the drama, what next? Already I saw some people, I've seen some people already trying to raise hope for themselves. Some people are raising hope for themselves where there is no hope. And it's so sad how quick we forget things. I see some people raising hope for themselves because Seludo seemed to be the selected man. Why must anybody begin to raise hope because of a politician? Why do you have to raise hope for yourself because of a politician? Why do you have to raise hope? Some of you have forgotten that Soludo was appointed by Mohammadu Buhari to be in his economic team. The very regime we are fighting against, the very regime that is killing us, Soludo is part of them. Fully part of them. He was appointed as one of the members of the economic team. He was there working with them until he came to contest as a president. So he is a politician. So I see no reason why somebody who is a freedom fighter should be raising his or her hope high. Simply because an imposter have appeared again to claim to be a saint. You are not know their history. Some of us forget so easily. That is why most time when I make my videos on the YouTube, when I make my videos, I try to reflect back. I get the old videos and old record of those people and play it so that people will see and know what is going on. So many a time, people seem to forget so easily. They seem to forget. They don't remember. Things that happened that are very clear and glaring to their faces. You see people still falling because of those things. Still falling. It's too sad. Very, very sad. How can somebody in his right senses be having a hope because of a politician? Just simply because somebody came and told you one story or the other. Then you feel he can do better. There is nothing different from him and the other person you are seeing there. And every appointment you are seeing in that very contraption called Nigeria, among their political group, they are the same people. The same people with the same old story. But what I'm praying for is that we Biafrans, we should not turn down the tone. This is the time to raise the tone up to the highest level. That is the way to fight for freedom. You can't be fighting for your freedom and you will be dining with your enemy. That same person who is holding your freedom, you are dining with him and laughing with them. People who have made several promises to you and your unborn children, and they never ever gave in to that very promise. They never fulfilled anyone. So many promises have been made in the past. None of them fulfilled the promise. They didn't fulfill the promise. And only now you think all of a sudden somebody will wake up and begin to fulfill the promises they never fulfilled all their life. We are talking about politicians here. Some of you are just raising hope simply because you heard that somebody, what do they call him, Soludo, happened to be the governorship winner. And people are raising up hope. Raising hope. How are you even sure they're going to let him be? When you know that Soludo himself is part of Buhari government. Yes, he is. He was appointed as one of the economic team member. He was among them. When he was there, was he speaking for you? The whole killings of the Biafra that was being happening, the whole killing of the members of IPOB, did he say a word? What did he do? Even when he had access to the presidency. He had access to the presidency while he was working with them there. Somebody who is a member of the economic team, appointed by the so-called president. He was appointed. Member of the economic team, and yet he could not be able to make any difference. He didn't make a case for you when you were killed. He never made any case. He never spoke. He was silent. All of a sudden today, that same person is being taken, and you are rejoicing. You think anything will change? Nothing is going to change. It will just be business as usual. It will just be business as usual. Abuja will continue to dictate what happens in the southeastern part of Nigeria. They will continue to dictate. Just watch and see what is going to happen. Just watch and see. In as much as we believe in Chukwu Kukabiam and what he can do, there can be magic, there can be other things that happens. But I'm telling you, with the things we see on the ground and the things we have seen in the past, there cannot be any different from what we have been seeing. It is going to be business as usual. The same thing all over. The same thing over and over and over again. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody do. They are only trying to play down the pressure. That is what they are doing. They want to play on our intelligence, play down the pressure so that we can be able to lose our guard. But those of us who know our MAZI NNAMDI KANU very well, who has been listening to him and watching his records. That is why most time I advise people to go back and watch all the recordings he has made in the past. He has made a lot of recordings. He left so many information for you and I. So you can't tell me there are certain you don't know, or maybe like some people that said that they don't know if he is the one saying this or he is the one saying that. We know what he can say if he's outside. Every single thing you are seeing now as revelation, he has put it in place for you and I. The answers to the questions you are asking, he answered those questions even before the problem comes. He answers the questions. Every question you are asking, he has answered it. They are all there. But the only thing is that most of us are so lazy, very lazy, that we cannot make inquiries. We cannot even see true troubles when they are coming. We cannot compare things that happened in the past and the present. If you cannot make such comparison, how can you be able to identify trouble or problems when they are coming? It's very impossible for you to do so. It's very impossible for you to do so. That is why most of the time you see many broadcasters who knows what they are doing. When they are broadcasting, they will bring old videos of what people have said in the past. You reflect to the future. Then you can be able to know if this person is making sense or the person is just joking. These are the kind of people we have in that very area. They are everywhere. So you don't have to trust them. If you have a politician as a father, a brother, a friend, a benefactor, whoever is a politician remains a politician. And they will always make fake promises, more especially in that contraption called Nigeria. As long as that very politician is representing that contraption called Nigeria, they will always continue to fail in their promises. They will continue to fail. So I don't want anybody to tell me that he or she is raising up hope. There is no hope anywhere. The only hope we have is in DSS. The only hope we have is in DSS. And people are silent, going about their businesses as if nothing happens. But a lot is happening. So many things are happening, we are losing a whole lot. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. It doesn't matter if you take it serious or you don't take it serious. But we have lost a lot. The only single voice we have and the person who believes in is in DSS. That is the only hope we have. And we will continue to ask for his unconditional release until he's been released. We will not stop. We will not stop. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring. It doesn't. If they like, they can go and bring a Reverend Father and make him the governor of Anambra State. We don't care. It's none of our business. The only thing that matters to the Biafrans now is the unconditional release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And it is only those, only when he comes out, he can be able to stand as our negotiator. Without him, any other person that is coming along is an imposter, and we cannot trust him. We can't trust them. They have been there all this while. They have been there all this while. Biafrans are being killed in good numbers. They did nothing. They were there. MAZI NNAMDI KANU was adopted from Kenya. They did nothing. They were there. MAZI NNAMDI KANU is being left in DSS instead of taking him to the correctional center. They are there. They are not saying anything. And all they are concerned about is call off the seat at home. That is the only thing they are concerned about. Each time you touch them, the only topic that is so sweet in their mouth is call off the seat at home. But have you asked yourself, why are they not trying to address the issue on what brought about the seat at home? We did not just wake up one day and begin to talk about the seat at home. The Biafrans didn't just wake up and begin to talk about seat at home. Something happened. There was something that was wrong. And that correction needs to be made. The correction needs to be made. It doesn't matter who is involved. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter the area. That correction must be made. Anybody that cares about the masses and has a listening ear, the first thing you have to do is to address the issue. Why was this person arrested? That's the first thing to do. And you and I know the answer. He is an innocent person. Innocent citizen of Britain. A Biafran British. Kidnapped. Your own brother kidnapped, and you are not saying anything about it. All of a sudden, you are going about your business as if nothing happened. You don't know who he's going to be tomorrow. You don't know who he's going to be. It's just like the problem that you have in that country now. They are talking about killing and killing every day. When it was happening in the north, people thought it doesn't concern them. After all, it's northern Kaduna. is Southern Kaduna. Because it is Southern Kaduna, it doesn't concern you. It's none of your business. You thought it's going to end in Southern Kaduna. They came down to Jos. They were killing people in Jos. Nigerians were going about their businesses as if nothing happened. It doesn't concern them. They left Jos. They come to Benue State. You think it doesn't concern you. You don't protest. You don't do anything. It doesn't concern you. They left there. They came to Ududua land and they were killing people. It doesn't concern you. After all, it's not your village. It's not your own town. You don't care. They went to Enugu State. They killed people. Nobody said anything. They went to Ebonyi State. And today, the whole country is destabilized. Nowhere is safe. There is no safe place. There is no safe place. When we are talking about being safe, this time around, it's not about you being rich or having security to go around. It doesn't matter. If they want to take you in that contraption, just pray that they don't remember you. Pray that they don't remember you. That is the situation. Pray that they don't remember you. When they remember you, they are going to take you out. And the people we are talking about are terrorists. It doesn't matter the nickname you guys give them. Some people come, they call them bandits, they call them... Those idiots are terrorists. That is what they are. That is what they are. And they are taking life in every angles. Every angle. You saw news. If you are watching online, you can see the news set that are coming in. News set that are coming in. And so many revelations are coming. Watch online, you see revelations are coming about the new operation they are about to start. Still, people are going about their business as if nothing happens. Thinking it is business as usual. It is not business as usual and can never ever be. And we know the solution. MAZI NNAMDI KANU has given the solution. But people still pretend as if they didn't hear him. Some are still calling him name, still busy calling him name, calling him a troublemaker. But what do you see? It doesn't matter the gossip you gossip. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter your hatred. It cannot change the situation. It can never ever change the situation. That is the obvious truth. The situation remains the same. And the truth is that when they catch you, you're going to pay with your life. You're going to pay with your life because most of those people who are walking around cannot be able to pay their ransom. You saw the group of Christians they captured last time. The group of Christians, not one, not two, they went to a church, raided the church, and took away everybody from the church. Christians, and they paraded them. They shoot the video. When they shot the video, they brought the video into the social media. And you saw them where they were relaxed. In that video, watch closely. They are so relaxed. Very, very relaxed. And they have buildings around that area. In that forest, they have a settlement. And yet, nobody is doing anything about it. They are busy demonizing our own people in the south. People who are asking for their legitimate rights. And you want me to be silent? And you are silent? You are not doing anything? You either share or you are not talking. You are not saying anything. Instead, you focus on fighting against your own people. It is really sad. It is really sad. The situation is sad. It's a sorry situation. A sorry situation where people who are supposed to know do not know. Those who know pretend not to know. And some who know refuse to act. That is where we are. And the only man who has volunteered himself, sacrificed everything he has to make sure that everyone is secured. Today, he's in the hand of the enemy. What are you doing? What are you saying about his situation? What contribution are you making to make sure that he's being released unconditionally? Because you and I know that he has not committed any crime anywhere. He has not committed any, not in Kenya and not in Nigeria. No crime, no to man. And recently, it is not just maybe a noisemaker. He has come out, the Kenyan government have come out to own up to the responsibility and said that he was kidnapped in Kenya. And some of you will be saying, why is the world not doing anything? You think the world is going to do something? The world have never ever done anything in the past. That is why we are saying when something happens, try to reflect back and compare with the future. Then you will know the answer to the question you're asking. Some of us are still busy waiting for international community. They will never come. And you and I know that even when they come, they are always late. Even when they try to come, they are always late. The international community always come late. Each time you see them. Everywhere you are hearing about genocide, you hear where genocide happened. It is not that they don't get the intel. They get the intel and get the information, but they will never show face. That was why why MAZI NNAMDI KANU was traveling around the world lobbying for Biafra to make sure that we have a referendum, a peaceful referendum to transit and have our own nation. Why MAZI NNAMDI KANU was going to United Nations, traveling to the United States. What did they tell him? MAZI NNAMDI KANU told us that one of the people he met told him that he should stop talking and start working. That he should stop complaining and start working. That was what somebody who is a member of the United Nations told MAZI NNAMDI KANU. What does that tell you? They are not going to show up until something is happening. And that is why our MAZI NNAMDI KANU came back to the drawing board and began to do something. And it is shame and painful, very shameful and painful that everything our MAZI NNAMDI KANU have done, some people today are trying to destroy all those things. Instead of building on those foundations he has laid, some people are just busy destroying it. Destroying the effort the man have made. Putting everything on the line. He gave his father, gave his mother, gave his knowledge, gave his time, gave his own family, gave his comfort, gave his throne. Everything about him he has given up for Biafra. He gave everything for Biafra. But you that is watching me, wherever you're watching me, it doesn't matter the position you occupy. It doesn't matter where you are. What are you doing to see that Biafra is actualized? What is your own role? What are you doing? What are you doing? It is so sad. You see some people, they are busy, they just get busy to come to your comment section and attack you. Either they are coming to attack you and they are attacking their fellow Biafran who is speaking up for what is going wrong. Some of us who claim to be Biafran, you come on the comment section, you are busy attacking your own fellow Biafran. It's either you are attacking him or her, or you're threatening him or her. What are you going to get? Why don't you channel that energy? Channel that energy to the Janjaweed. See the kind of attack some of the broadcasters are getting these days. The kind of attack, not even from outside. We don't even have any pressure from the from Nigeria government. There is no pressure from that angle. The pressure is coming from the inside. Attack from all angles. Instead of focusing on what matters. In building on that very structure that MAZI NNAMDI KANU have put in place. Which is the structure of consistency and truth. We have thrown away that truth that he left for us. And you think you can get Biafra by telling lies? You can't get it by telling lies. Time has gone when you lie about something or you make propaganda. Time has gone. That is why each time I'm speaking about this issue, I tell you that I was really MAZI NNAMDI KANU. He said it, that a new dimension is coming to the struggle. Go and watch those videos. Watch his videos. Watch his videos. Everything that is happening today, he has answered the question already. Everything that is happening today, MAZI NNAMDI KANU have already answered the question. Even the selection they just did, he answered the question of the selection, either to participate or not. He has told us how to respond to politicians. When a politician comes with their fake promises, how do you respond? How do you respond when a politician, now you have seen they have brought a new man. They have brought another man from Asorok. I call him a man from Asorok because Soludo was part of the government of Mohammadu Buhari. And he is still part of the government of Mohammadu Buhari until they made him a governor. Now that he's a governor, do you think he's going to change? Do you think he's going to do anything different? I pray that Chukwu Kabian will touch his heart and he do something different. But while he is doing something different, you don't have to lose what you have. Hold on to what you have very, very strong. That is the way to fight for your freedom. While you are believing in him and hoping that something might turn, something might change, that very thing that you are holding strong, that is making people hear your voice, hold it the same way you are holding it. You have to hold it. MAZI NNAMDI KANU applied the same system. Each time they called him, remember, our Supreme Leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU is a very good listener. Even when the politician invited him, he went, he discussed with them. But he never left what he's doing. He gave them to go ahead and seek for a solution. When you get a better solution that is better than my own, or a solution that is suitable for the people, I will drop what I'm doing. But I cannot drop what I'm doing simply because you made a promise. A promise that I know that you cannot fulfill. A promise that you all know that they will never fulfill. They have never fulfilled. So simply because somebody made a promise, you drop what you're doing. That is not the way to negotiate with a politician. Not just a politician. When you're going for a negotiation, you have to hold something strong in your hand. Whatever you are holding in your hand, you have to hold it strong. Then you go to the negotiation table. When you get to the negotiation table, you place on the table what you have in your hand. The other partner will place what he or she has on her hand on the table. Then you weigh the two sides. You drop what you're going to drop and take what you're going to take. And the negotiation will go on. How dare you drop what you are holding? Even before you walk into the negotiation table, you have already dropped what you have. Even before the negotiation moment, you have already dropped what you have. We cannot be able to drop the struggle or begin to play. We are supposed to raise the tone higher. Raise it higher. If you have not been speaking before, this is the time for you to speak. Speak louder than ever. That is the way to go. Speak louder. When you begin to speak louder, the thing will change. For the fact that we have succeeded in making sure that the arrest of that the kidnap of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, his kidnap and illegal incarceration in DSS, we have made it to become the #1 topic in that country called Nigeria. Biafrans made it possible. It wasn't the politicians that made it possible. The politicians wanted to sweep it under the carpet. They wanted to sweep it under the carpet so that people will forget about the issue and begin to talk about something else. But even while they were conducting their selection in Anambra State, the kidnap of MAZI NNAMDI KANU was on the front burner, still on the top of the chart. And now that they have finished their movie in Anambra State, what is your plan? What are we going to be talking about? Are we going to still be talking about the irrelevant things that they are doing? We can't have hope on anybody or trust anybody. What we are fighting is a freedom fighting. When you are fighting for your freedom, when you are fighting for, you have to fight with everything possible. More especially when you are fighting to get your freedom from a black man. Sometimes I see people, when people talk about the South African apartheid, South African apartheid might be even much easier than you see Biafra issue. Because when you come with a white man, sometimes they can be reasonable. The whites sometimes can be reasonable, they can take a different form and take it easy. But for a black man, they will fight you to death. They will fight you to death. So the challenge we are in is even much tougher. The way I see it is even much tougher. So if people who were fighting a softer enemy could not give up or lose guard, how much more you? How do you have to believe the nonsense that somebody is telling you, the lies that somebody is telling you? Why do you have to believe that? A promise that you know that will never ever be fulfilled. They have never fulfilled it in the past. They have never. None. They have never fulfilled any. If you know any promise that the politicians have made and fulfilled in the past, write it down. Write it down. The only promise they fulfill is when they boast and tell you that you will never have this or you never have that. And when they swear and tell you that they will make sure that they render you useless, they go to every length and take people's life. Or when they bet and tell you that they will kill you, they will surely fulfill it, they will kill you. That is the only promise they fulfill. When it comes to killing, they go ahead and take people's life. So why must anybody in his right senses be believing these politicians? Why? We have to continue to ask for the unconditional release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. We must have to continue to ask for his release and make sure they do not sweep the issue under the carpet. That is where we have to watch out. Now they are trying to occupy the media space with the issue of governorship election in Anambra State. They want to occupy the media space with it. Before you know it, you go to their media, they will be discussing about Seludo and what he did and what he did not do. We know whom Seludo is. He was part of the government. He was still part of the Buhari government even before he was now made a governor. That is all we know about him. And he's not going to do anything different from what a politician is doing. So we cannot make him our topic. Anybody that wants us to discuss about him or her, the only demand we are asking for is the unconditional release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. So if anybody wants us to see him or her differently, if Soludo wants us to see him differently, he should make sure that MAZI NNAMDI KANU is released unconditionally in the forthcoming court on the 10th. That is the only way. Not until I see my spring leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU released on the 10th. You can't be telling me anything about anybody that have been selected, because they are the same people. This is a game that they have mastered. They have mastered the game so much that each time you get to the peak of getting what you want, they will bring one thing and throw in. And when they throw in, you think you are with them. They did it in NSAS. They threw in all manner of things. When they killed Abiola, remember? When they killed Abiola, they did the same thing. They went and brought Olusegun Obasanjo. They brought him from prison and made him a president. Meanwhile, the legitimate man that won the election, MKO Abiola, they killed him. They killed Abiola, and as soon as Obasanjo was made the president, the whole issue died down. Nobody was talking anymore. The whole issue died down, and nobody spoke about it anymore. This is an art that they have mastered. And the funniest thing is that when they are picking those people, they are giving appointments, you think that those people are there for you, or they are doing it because of it. They are not doing it because of you. They are doing it for themselves. Each time they make this their selection, it is for themselves to calm the situation. That is what it is. It is a game they have mastered. That is why they take the people to go and swear an oath. And being that the people in the southern part of Nigeria are greedy people, the people in the southern part of Nigeria are greedy. They don't care about each other. Nobody is fighting for one another. They are fighting for their own selfish interests. As long as their name is on top, it doesn't matter. As long as they are the person leading their own people in that second-hand whatever, they don't care. That is the nature of people from the south. And because these Janjaweed have discovered that very fault, that is why they have always continued to embark on that very strategy. They will take one person from the southern part of Nigeria, empower the person to go against his own people. And before you know it, they will be doing exactly that. They'll be doing exactly that. If not for that, most of the people who are in APC today talking about refusing restructuring, these are people who have campaigned openly about restructuring. Many of them have campaigned openly about restructuring. The man who is trying to contest for president now, Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is on record when he said that he doesn't believe in Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said it openly that he doesn't believe in Nigeria. The record is still there. The record is still there. But some of us tend to forget. We forget things easily, and before you know it, we begin to dance in a different tune and begin to sing in another tone. But we cannot stop. It doesn't matter what they do. They cannot bribe everybody. They can't. There are still some people who have integrity. There are still so many people who have integrity in Biafra land. There are still so many people who have integrity in Yoruba land. There are so many people who have integrity in the Middle Belt. There are still such people. So it doesn't matter the strategy they employ. It doesn't matter how long they do it. It doesn't matter the way they do it. We will surely scale through. They can't bribe everybody. At least MAZI NNAMDI KANU have proven them wrong, that you cannot bribe every Biafran. You cannot buy every Biafran. Even when he has everything, every opportunity was given to him, yet he rejected it because of you and I. He's still standing his word. It is either Biafra or that. What about you? What is your own? Maybe your own is either money or Biafra. When they give you money, you stop talking about what you're saying. Once you see money in your bank account, you change the narrative. You change the narrative. Some people are even being bought over with just ordinary credit card. That's a shame. People are bought over with just ordinary credit card just because somebody sent you a credit card to be able to be loading your airtime, to be talking rubbish. Because of that, you sell out. People sell out just because of a simple thing. It has become so shameful that you saw in the election where they were giving people 400 naira and a bottle of canned coke. 400 naira and a bottle of canned coke to buy the conscience of someone. And they are falling into it. And they are falling into it. But still in that same election, there were people that were offered 5,000 naira. People were offered 10,000 and they rejected it. People were offered 10,000, they rejected it. People were offered 5,000, they rejected it. But some people were accepting 400, as low as 400, to sell their soul. That is to show you the kind of trouble we are in. The place has been polluted. The Janjaweed have really rendered so many people Very poor that they cannot be able to take decision on their own. They can't take decision. So many people have been rendered so poor that they can't stand on a word. They can't say something today and say it tomorrow. It is so sad. They don't think about their future, not the future of their children. They are just concerned about themselves and themselves alone. And whatever decision you are taking, they don't care if it favors them or it doesn't favor them. So long they have something to eat for that day, they are okay with it. They are okay with it. And how long shall we continue to live like Al-Majri? The people from the southern part of Nigeria are not Al-Majris. More especially the Biafrans. We are not Al-Majris. We don't have anything to do with them. That is not our system of life. We are born free and independent. Born free and independent. That is why when you see in our business system, when you see people to go and serve their master, after serving your master, you must surely be free. Nobody serves his or her master forever. Even if your master decides that you're going to be in a combined business, it's going to be a 50-50 game. That is how free the Biafrans are. Biafrans you can't enslave any Biafran, and Biafrans cannot be allowed to be enslaved. It is not like the North. In the North, the system they are running there, they are ready to bow down for all their life. Just be dependent on one person. They are ready to be dependent for the rest of their life. But in the southern part of Nigeria, it is not so. We can't be dependent like that. You be dependent for some time, and after some time, you have your freedom. It doesn't matter how low you are. It doesn't matter what. You must definitely have your freedom. It is mandatory. You have your freedom. That is the diversity that can never work. That is one of the things that is killing us in that contraption, that shows that we can never ever be one with these people. The diversity is so damaging that there is no way you can be able to manage it. We don't have any resemblance. There is no place we are close to each other. In attitude, in character, in what we are doing. In education, we are nowhere close. We are nowhere close. And when you are saying about the education, sometimes they tell you say there are people who are educated in the North. I know there are people who are educated in the North. But what is the percentage? That's what we're asking. We know there are people who are educated in the North. But what is the percentage? What is the percentage? People who don't want to improve themselves. And then you want us to descend low. You want to force us to come down to the level where you are. To make sure that everybody remains on that same level. Where does that happen? And how can that bring improvement? That is why we are calling for a breakup. A peaceful breakup. A peaceful breakup. That is what we are calling for. Referendum. Referendum is what we are asking for. MAZI NNAMDI KANU have never one day called for war. He has never, ever one day called for war. Even when he formed the security outfit, he said this is just like a vigilante group. Just like you have in the North. You have the Hisba in the North. You have Amargedom in the Southwest. Then we have the ESN in the Southeast. He said it. He said they are not Biafran army. And they don't walk in the street. They are in the bushes. Securing the bushes and our lands. That was their duty. So, he has never declared war against anybody at any time. He has never declared war against any innocent person. In most of his brokers, he said, even the Fulanis that want to make their business, if you want to do your business, come to the city, rent a house, and do your business. Nobody will disturb you. Nobody will disturb you. He never supported disturbing anybody. That was why during the time of a protest, during the time of NSAS, when they attacked the trailer and destroyed the goods in that trailer, MAZI NNAMDI KANU came on live brokers and said that he was going to pay for it. And IPOB paid for it. IPOB paid for the trailer load. They were not involved. It wasn't them. But they paid for it. Even though it was being owned by another man. So it is not about ordinary people, and it is not to intimidate people and not to kill innocent people, but it is about stopping what we call terrorism in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Setting ourselves free from this captivity and make sure that we won't be part of it. Is it a wrong thing to ask? Is it a wrong thing to ask for somebody to defend him or herself? When you and I know that self-determination is in the law of the country, and yet Yet, the people who you are calling your politicians and your lawmakers cannot activate that to set their people free. How difficult it is. Why is it difficult for people who call themselves politicians to activate that self-determination? They will never do it. That will favor their people, they won't do it. But look at the Northerners. Northerners are pursuing everything that will favor them from all angles. When they are rejecting whatever you have said about restructuring, they reject it from all angles. You see all their forum coming out to speak. Different kinds of forum coming out to speak. Different forum. But when you come to the southern part of Nigeria, you don't see anybody speaking. You don't see people come out to make a case for each other. You don't see anybody speaking. People will just go back. They only wait until when it happens to their own person directly before they will speak. Look at what is happening to Orderly, Justice Orderly. Justice Orderly now, they are attacking her, making sure that they remove her because they know that she's the next person in line. Because Tanko is almost at the point of death. Tanko is almost at the point of death. And they know that Orderly is going to replace him. Now they're attacking her to make sure that she should not occupy that position. What is the South doing? Now the only people who are fighting the battle for her are people from Rivers State. Rivers State alone have come to speak. Why should it be only Rivers State that will be fighting for Orderly? Why? Why should it be only Rivers State that will be speaking up for her? Why is it only Rivers State? Why is it that the whole southern region are not outraged about what is happening to her? That is what it's supposed to be. Injustice against one is injustice against all. Don't wait until it comes your turn. Don't wait until it comes. If you don't speak up for other person, when it happens to you, nobody's going to speak up. Nobody's going to speak up. That is why when you see something, you say something. Don't wait. Don't wait until it happens to you. Don't wait, because even when it happens to you, you might not survive it. Our strengths are not equal. Everybody have different range of strength. Certain things might happen to certain people, they survive it. The same thing will happen to other people, they will not survive it. Our strength is not the same. That is why when you need to speak, you speak. When you need to fight, you fight. When you need to walk, you walk. And this is the time for us to walk and speak out louder. Louder than ever. This is the time we have to speak out louder than ever. It doesn't matter what anybody is telling you. It doesn't matter whoever they have chosen. Don't allow the election to demoralize you. Do not allow that. If anybody is telling you that because they have conducted an election and then things will not be the same, that is a lie from the pit of the hell. Right from time we are not part of the election, we have nothing to do with it. The only thing that concerns us in Biafra land is our freedom, not election. The only thing that concerns every Biafran is our freedom and not election. So why will anybody begin to tone down the tone of things because you conducted an election? Because you took another politician and put in power. You took another man from Asorok and made him a governor. And you are thinking that maybe a miracle will happen and something else will happen. No. There is no such miracle. We have to continue in the path we are going to ask for our freedom. Ask even more than we have done before. If you have been spending 2 hours online, spend 3 hours, spend 4 hours. Turn it up. We cannot afford to lose what MAZI NNAMDI KANU have placed in our hand to hold until he comes. We can't afford to lose it. No wonder MAZI NNAMDI KANU prepared up with 150 days prayer. He knew what was coming. MAZI NNAMDI KANU, Chukwu Okike Abiama have revealed to him what is coming. That was why he initiated that 150 days prayer. And the way I see it, so many people did not engage in that prayer. So many people did not get involved in the prayer. That is why some people are still busy gossiping and attacking each other online. Biafrans. That is why somebody will still come online and begin to speak in a manner that is very, very unfair to our mothers. More especially to our mothers. Because if you are part of that very 150 days fasting, you cannot be part of it and yet you'll be misbehaving or you'll be talking trash. There's no way you can be, there's no way it can happen. He told us what will happen. He told us how to prepare. He prepared himself. What about you? What are you doing? He is there praying for you and I 7 times every day. But it's very difficult for you to pray for him one day. We call for a sit at home for every Monday sit at home. Some people are busy talking about their stomach, what they will eat and what they will not eat. Some people are talking about their stomach. Their stomach is much more important to them than the freedom we are talking about. It's really sad. It's really sad. How can any man in his right senses be comparing what you will eat for a day to your freedom? How can you be comparing what you will eat for your whole lifetime? You exchange what you eat for your whole lifetime for something that you're going to eat for just a day. No normal person does that. No normal person does that. Giving 1 day from a week, 1 day for a week for MAZI NNAMDI KANU until he's being released is not too much. It's not too much.